welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you're all well. If you're new here, then hello, and if you've been here before, then welcome back. So as always, it is another one of those videos. We are doing my second trimester recap and Q&A. So I did post up a question box over on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I will link it down below so that you can take part in these polls and questions that I do post quite often. So I posted up the question box and you sent in your questions about second trimester and how it's been and things like that. So we will go through them, but I thought we'd just do a little bit of a recap because we are almost in my third trimester. Like, to me, that is like absolutely mind-blowing how we are almost there. Like, it's crazy. Please do excuse where I'm filming today. Nelly is currently asleep in my room, so I'm unable to film in there. So I thought I'd come to the living room, and this was kind of like the nicest spot that I could sit without all the kids stuff being around, even though you can see bits here and there. So yeah, please do excuse that. So without further ado, we're gonna go straight ahead and get into the video. So we'll do just like a general like recap of my second trimester, which I think is pretty much the same as the first. I don't feel bad at all. Like, this pregnancy has been so different from my previous two, like completely different. I had barely any sickness in my first trimester. I don't have any sort of sickness going into my second trimester. I know a lot of people do have a lot of sickness throughout the whole of their pregnancy. I've just been very, very lucky. With my pregnancy with Penelope, my second trimester was actually my worst trimester, just because I could deal with the sickness, but all the pains and the in and out of hospital all the time was just, it was not fun. But with this pregnancy, I am actually feeling really good. Like, I have so much energy. My mood swings are very, very prominent, and honestly, I don't even like myself sometimes when I'm having one of my moods because of pregnancy. Like, I'm really easily irritable. I just, yeah, my mood swings are horrendous. Like, when I'm in or having one of my mood swings, I wouldn't want to be around me either. But apart from that, physically I feel really well, really good. Like, my bump, I have quite a small bump this time, but again, I think that's generally just because my muscles are like really slack. In regards to like food and stuff, constantly hungry all the time, cravings are well in there. But yeah, it's been a very good trimester so far during my second trimester. I do definitely feel a lot more tired just because Penelope is on the move. So I am constantly up and down with her. So that does tire me out a little bit, and she doesn't sleep through the day either. So she's literally just cut out like all naps completely. So I do find it quite tiring that I just don't get a break at all when she doesn't sleep. So I kind of have to make the most of it if she does sleep in the morning, which she has, which I think she has just woken up. So I am going to have to go and grab her. Yeah. She did just wake up, so she is currently in her little chair just in front of me so I can keep an eye on her. So if you do hear little noises or shouting or laughing, then that is old Penelope, which you could probably hear her now. Recap of the second trimester has been really good. Like, I've had no major issues, so that is good. So we're now going to move on to the questions. These are going to be in no particular order. We'll just go through them as they came in, and a lot of them are to do with like second trimester. Some of them are just like pregnancy in general. So yeah, we're gonna head in and go through the questions now. So the first question that someone asked was, do you have any names? We currently cannot agree on any names whatsoever. We have found names that we liked, but the more we've said them, we just have gone completely off them. Me and James are quite different when it comes to names. He likes the quite common and traditional names. I very much do like the traditional names, but I do like quite unique names as well, whereas James doesn't really like the unique names, which is fine. So we are really struggling to find a name. So he currently doesn't have a name at all right now. We have potential middle names, but apart from that, he has no first name. Second question is, what have been your symptoms in your second trimester? So symptoms in my second trimester have definitely been painful hips and dead legs. This has been something that's been really painful regardless if I sit too long, if I sleep on one side for too long, I kind of have to keep changing, and it's one that has really been bugging me during my second trimester, obviously where you're getting bigger, and obviously the weight, and I'm guessing the way that he sat as well, he sat on quite a lot of like nerves and stuff. I'm guessing that's why I'm getting a lot of pain in my hips. Also, which isn't just a second trimester symptom, it has been a symptom from the very beginning, and that is heartburn and acid reflux. Again, this has been something that I have suffered with in all of my pregnancies, so it's not uncommon for me, but it's one that I really don't like. But apart from that, I haven't really had any other symptoms, which has been quite nice. My sense of smell is still like 100 to none. My sense of smell is really sensitive, so again, I could guess that you could say that that was another symptom, but I've had that one since the first trimester. So apart from those three, I haven't really had many as of yet, so fingers crossed it stays like that. Next question is second trimester cravings. They haven't actually changed since the first, if I'm being honest. I still absolutely love Marmite on toast, still one of my favourites, and gherkins is still a favourite of mine. I would say a new craving that I have actually really been, as it says, craving during my second trimester is Fanta Lemon. It is one of my favourite drinks to drink, and if I can get it, I will have it. Not that it does my heartburn any good, but the newest one would probably be the Fanta Lemon. A lot of my cravings have been very savoury, whereas obviously Fanta Lemon is very sweet. The next question is, which I don't think really relates to the second trimester, but they've said, what is the hardest thing about being pregnant? I'd say the hardest thing about being pregnant this time is that I literally do not get a break or a rest. Where Penelope is now on the move, I am constantly up and down. I don't get 5 minutes. Like, she's just constantly go, and she does not sleep at all. So I have to just keep going. Like, I'm lucky that she sleeps through the night, so I can't really complain. But obviously when I am having a day where I'm feeling a little bit more tired or just a little bit more worn out and exhausted, I do not get the time to just sit and relax like I did when I was pregnant with Penelope, because there was such a big age gap between Summer and Penelope. She's currently doing the Great Escape. I am sorry if this video, if all you can hear is Nelly in the background. She was asleep and now she is awake, and that is it. It is go, and I need to get this video filmed. The next question is, are you ready for baby boy? So I think I've mentioned this quite a lot across all of my social media. Like, I feel so prepared, yet I feel so unprepared. I feel like we've got so much, yet we don't have very much at all. So I'd say we're like halfway there ish. Obviously I have tried to save a lot of the neutral stuff that we had from Penelope for baby boy, but we have had to completely start again, and we have a double pushchair to buy. Obviously I'm wanting to breastfeed this time round, so I've got to get all the bits for that. So in essence, yes, I am, and at the same time I don't feel very prepared at all. Next question is bottle or breast, which I did just quickly answer this in the previous question, and this time round I am planning on breastfeeding, just because we are trying to find ways to obviously save money, and also with this being my last, I would really like to breastfeed. I did start expressing with Penelope for the first 4 weeks that she was born, and then I had my vaccine and was told false information, so I ended up stopping, and in actual fact I didn't need to, so I feel like I missed out on doing that. So this time around I'd really like to just exclusively breastfeed. However, we might have to mix it up, and obviously I may have to express and bottle feed breast milk, not formula, just so that James can have that time and connection with baby boy to be able to feed him, and especially if I'm feeling tired and just, you know, just don't have the energy to feed him, then he is able to do so. So we are definitely breastfeeding this time around. Next question, which I always thank the people that ask this question because it's one that I think goes amiss very much, and this is, how are you feeling? So I'm actually feeling really good, like physically, like I feel really good compared to how I did with Penelope. I felt absolutely horrendous in my second trimester. I just, yeah, everything was just not okay physically with me with Penelope, and even like mentally and emotionally, like I felt okay with Penelope. This time round, physically I feel amazing. Emotionally and mentally I have struggled a little bit, just because we have so much pressure on us this time round, I feel. And this time with baby boy, being pregnant, I am very irritable. I snap super easy over really silly things. I am very emotional. Like if someone says like one wrong word to me, I literally like burst into tears. Like it's a really strange feeling, but it's all completely normal. My hormones have literally gone up, down, and then back up again with having 2 pregnancies close together. So it's not uncommon to feel like I do, even just with a normal pregnancy and having quite a big age gap. It's not uncommon to feel that way at all. But yeah, I do feel good majority of the time, but my mood swings, my irritability, and just my emotional state sometimes can be very questionable. But I am actually feeling really good, so thank you so much for asking that question. Next question is kind of 2 questions in one, and it is weight gain, ? How do you deal with it? So I obviously didn't get to lose much weight from after having Penelope. I lost a little bit, but I didn't lose too much. And in the fact of this pregnancy, again, I don't feel like I've put on too much weight rather than just baby weight, if I'm being completely honest. I can definitely see that I have gained weight because a lot of my clothes that I was wearing with Penelope doesn't really fit too well or are getting quite tight. So I know that I'm gaining weight. The way I deal with it is just being positive and reminding myself that my body is doing amazing things, and obviously at the same time my body hasn't had a break at all to recover from the last pregnancy, and weight isn't a big thing. It doesn't define who you are. So I mean, at the moment it really doesn't bother me. I may have up and down times like everybody does with their weight, but honestly, just remember that your body does amazing things and you should look at the good rather than looking at the bad, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's not been too bad at all. The next question is, have you started your birth plan? And the answer to that is no. And I don't think I'm going to have one this time round because obviously I didn't actually get a chance to plan my birth plan when I was pregnant with Summer because she was early. I had chance to plan this time round, and even though it started off the way that I wanted it to, everything that I possibly didn't want happened. So I think this time round I'm just going to go in with an open mind for my birth plan, and what will be as long as I'm healthy and baby is healthy. Like, I do not care how this baby comes out of me. And obviously with Penelope, my birth plan did not go to plan. I wanted a water birth and just gas and air and things to be smooth and simple. That obviously wasn't the case. I obviously started off in the birth pool, and in actual fact that started to stop my contractions, so obviously I got out. And then my contractions started to come thick and fast. My labour was back to back with her. It was absolutely horrendous. I had gas and air, that just wasn't cutting it. And I ended up asking for an epidural. So things don't always go to plan. Even though my birth experience with Penelope was still positive, they were absolutely amazing. They got her out safely. I just don't think I'm going to have a birth plan this time around because I really don't want to set myself up for disappointment and feeling like I have failed. So no, I don't have a birth plan. It's just going to be very open-minded with probably more of a preference rather than what I actually definitely really want. That way, if things do change, I won't be so disappointed. The next question is, have you packed your hospital bag? Answer to that is no. I haven't even started or thought about it, just because this time round I just feel like I don't know what to pack. Like, even though I literally only done it a year ago, or almost a year ago, I feel like I just don't know what to pack, because obviously I want to breastfeed this time, but obviously I know I'm still gonna have to take in some milk just in case I can't breastfeed. I didn't really plan for a C-section in case I needed one with Penelope. This time I'm thinking about it. No, the answer to that is I haven't quite thought about or even picked out my bag to pack for the hospital. But that will be coming very, very soon, because I need to get my bum into gear. We've got a little visitor. She's the one that's making all the noise with all the balloons, because it's your sister's birthday today, isn't it? Yeah, you're going to say hello. Say hello. Can you wave? Say hello. Clever girl. You're the one making all the noise. But yeah, the final question is, why did you have to have a glucose test this pregnancy? So the only reason I had to have the glucose test this time around was because of my BMI. If you have a BMI of 30 or above, then you have to have a glucose test. There is other reasons, like if diabetes runs in the family, obviously you're overweight, your BMI, you've had it in previous pregnancies, then it's something that you have to have done. So that was the only reason that I had to have mine done, because my BMI is classed as high, only just in that bracket. So I've had that done. I haven't heard anything, and they did say to me, if I don't hear anything, then all is good. If I receive a phone call, then obviously they have found something. But so far I've had no phone call, and everything I believe is okay. So I don't think I have it, which is amazing, but I'm not going to get my hopes up just yet. But yeah, that was the only reason I had to have it this time. And obviously with I'm guessing obviously again with my weight was slightly on the higher side this time, which is fine, because obviously, like I said, didn't get to lose the weight from Penelope, but all is well. So that was all the questions. There was quite a few other questions, but I hate making these videos too long, so I just pick out some of the important ones that I think you guys would like to hear about. So that's going to go ahead and conclude today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, then do smash the thumbs up, and also click the subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in a brand new video very, very soon. Bye guys.